This video can basically just give you some advice on breathing and help you along your meditation journey or anything like that. If you're trying to be more relaxed, trying to be more rational, trying to make better decisions more easily and more inclined to do that in the future, right? Let's say that like I'm trying to get better at talking to girls. This is going to help you get better at talking to girls because you're going to be more relaxed, more rational, you're going to be more creative and be able to like actually listen and be with the other person, but also understand like you're probably gonna get like a lot of influence from this because like being in the present moment is probably like, you know, one of the greatest feelings, first of all, ever because your mind isn't chatting shit to you. That's why flow state is very important and very crucial for you to focus all your attention on one thing at a time and not on multiple things at a time. Because if you focus on multiple things at a time, you're just fucking up your attention span. But I guess that's just what life is, I guess. But what I one thing that I will tell you is if you are starting off very say like you're a beginner, right? I might go from beginner advice to like mediocre or like, advanced advice, I guess. But, or I might just give you like the ball knowledge that I know or just yap about it, I guess. Anyway, so if you are a beginner, one thing I recommend doing is starting off for like 5 minutes a day. Okay. 5 minutes a day for a week, and then you up it to 10, then 15, and then each week you just up it up to five, and then eventually once you have the base ground, that is like the base, like the groundwork for of what I'm talking about to here, right? Because meditation, like you can do meditation anywhere, but I feel like a lot of people aren't as dedicated as I am to this practice. Okay, I'm telling you, I spend hours a day. Like I literally go on the clocks app and set a stopwatch timer, and that's like when I like focus like mainly like all day. I try to focus on deep breathing as much as I can to be as rational and focused throughout the day so I can make better decisions and also like make better decisions with my work. People, socializing, girls, anything like that. Just being relaxed as much as possible is probably like the best thing you could probably do for your body and yourself. Okay. This is like another form of self love. Okay. Breathing is a form of self love. You can't tell me otherwise because if you are going out of your way to give like you're literally putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation by literally breathing deeply as possible, right? If I were to like take a really deep breath, like I'm talking like I try to get as much air through this nose as much as possible, like with one breath, not like multiple at once. Like you saw how like my body language changed. It went more up. People are gonna respect you a lot more, especially if you are breathing deeply, right? And if you're relaxed, you're not gonna be prone to all this manipulation and all this power that all these people quote unquote have. Okay, because you see it for how it is, right? Nothing in this world gives you power unless you actually give it to them, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I at work, I'm not really scared of my boss or like the general manager or anything like that. One of the things that like I notice in a lot of my coworkers is that they're scared of like the main manager. They're scared of getting fired. I don't know why, but I think it's probably because like deep down, like subconsciously, they know that they don't put enough value or like work into something. Like if I put a lot of value and like I'm really good at my job and like stuff like that, I literally won't have to. I notice that like I don't feel guilty or anything. Like I don't feel a certain type of way, especially when it comes to like the main manager because like everybody's scared of getting fired, but like if you put in too much value you literally probably can't get fired. So I'm not concerned about getting fired because like I give too much value for me to actually like get fired in the first place, right? So I kind of have like immunity, but that does not stop like the power of getting like fired, right? I could make a huge mistake or like do this do that and like get fired in the future or just quit my job. But basically what I'm getting at is like you need to relax as much as possible and like eventually you will have like this ego death, right? You'll just see everybody as having like an ego and that's what is going on. They're just playing all these stories in their minds. But instead of like seeing it as like a bad thing, might as well like join in with it too. Like enjoy the conversation, enjoy the present moment with them because I know that, you know, um and one of the best ways to do this is literally just breathing through your nose, right? Or like just breathing deeply and relaxing your body as much as possible by maximizing your potential and like relaxation. You are just maximizing your overall charisma, health, obviously, because your sleep is gonna be 10 times, like 20x. Because if you learn how to relax your body, like even if you can relax like one part of your body, that's still way better than having it tight in the first place. Because we hold so much tension in our body that it's crazy, right? And only recently I was only able to realize that you can breathe in way deeper than you actually think you can, right? We only stop because of the pain. I remember I used to stop like breathing in like maybe like 5 seconds or something like that because like right here it was so tight. But now like I'm more relaxed and I'm so grateful for like my past me for doing this shit because this is like one of the best things you could possibly do for yourself in this game of life. Okay. You're gonna be more rational, you're gonna make better decisions, you're gonna not be prone to any manipulation or anything like that, right? If my manager tries to use like a tactic of like power or like scare trying to scare me, right? People who are scared of you respect you, okay? I respect my manager, but like I don't like I'm not scared of her, okay? That's one way that you can get people to respect you or like I guess if people have respect for you, they're probably scared of you because like you know that you something, right? Basically because like the guy who like talks shit to like everyone else but then like the one person that they respect, they don't talk shit to because they are scared of them. That's literally what the point of respect is, I think. But also respect can also just be like genuine or nice and stuff like that. But another thing I could probably give is literally just you know track your progress with meditation, okay? It's really good to track it because if you track it, you know how many hours you meditated and you know how much dedication you put into something. Like don't do it for the numbers, like obviously do it for yourself. Like I my goal is just to do it for myself. That's why I do it every single day and like the numbers are just there. But at first I did need the numbers, okay? I did need like, oh yeah, oh I did 5 minutes today. Okay, let me do it 5 minutes tomorrow. Maybe do 10 tomorrow. Do 20, 20, like 20, 20, 20. Like it just fucking stacks. And once you stack it up, like I'm at like 200 hours right now. I'm being dead ass. I'm at 200 hours, and basically the more you stack these, the more confidence you're gonna be with it, and the more basically progress is what gets us into things, right? Video games is one good example because it constantly provides a progression in something, right? They give us challenges, they give us quests, they give us XP for making progress in something. We have levels into it. It's kind of like putting all the leveling up system and making progress in something but onto something online that's like way easier for guys or like anybody to do it, right? Basically what I'm getting at is you need to focus on your deep breathing, kind of like that. It's kind of like a game, right? The game of relaxing, okay? The game of relaxing is very important because it's going to separate you from everyone else. From You're going to be the rational one while everyone else is like still in survivor mode and you're going to be thriving. I'm talking about like you can fucking manifest anything you want within like a day or two. Plus, this is gonna increase your attention span because like every time you're scrolling on TikTok or anything like that, your attention span just goes down. It just goes down because it's just like you're just training yourself to be like stupid. Okay, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like you're just training yourself to be stupid. Like yes, I scroll a lot, right? Like I'm telling you, like oh actually I don't scroll a lot. Like some days like I do scroll a lot, but other days I don't because it's just like my goal is to like relax, deep breathe and stuff. Even when you're scrolling, you could probably like try and make it a conscious effort to like breathe in as deeply as possible. When let's say like you're watching YouTube or a movie or anything like that. I remember I went to go watch the Obsession movie with my friend. I used to get like these I forgot what it's called, but basically it's like you know how like Venom doesn't like sounds and like he gets like really angry and like agitated and like it hurts him a lot. I used to get that way with like smacking people in the kitchen and stuff like that because I was traumatized. I had like a I guess like it was just built into me and then like eventually I just hyper fixated on it and like it just really fucked me up. So it was one of the things that like I was able to overcome with meditation and like being able to deep breathe and relax. But also I was able to hit flow state while watching the movie. Okay. It's first of all increasing your attention span, but also you're gonna be more relaxed, more chill, and actually be able to enjoy your movie way better, right? And also like you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting entertainment plus you're getting the relaxation and it's just gonna 10x and boost your confidence and stuff like that. One Oh, like I said earlier, like this is also gonna help with your charisma because um I want you to imagine like two versions of you, right? One of one of you just like is as relaxed as possible, and they're about to go code approach this girl, and then there's the second version of you who doesn't feel good, who feels sick, and then he's like, oh shit, there's a 10 out of 10 girl right there. I'm gonna go code approach. I don't think you would want to code approach like in the scenario because like imagine like you feel sick as fuck. You don't feel good, right? You physically don't feel good and stuff like that. You're not probably gonna be thinking of the best things possible. And you might be more in your head. And when you're more in your head, you're gonna be less likely to actually go and code approach the girl. But let's say like you actually code approach to this girl, you're not gonna be thinking properly. You're not gonna be having like all these good ideas or like be flirtatious or be like that Chad guy that everybody likes because you first of all don't feel good. We constantly don't feel good because if you probably breathe in right now, you're probably tight. You probably feel it in your neck, your stomach. I don't know where you're gonna feel it because like I haven't lived the life that you lived. But basically what I'm telling you is that like if you have some tightness or any tension in your body, it's gonna hurt and you're not gonna be rational and like relaxed and like be able to like be flirtatious with this girl or even like get her Instagram or anything like that if you're first of all in fight or flight. Monkey mode. That kind of like that's kind of what I think about it is like just monkey mode, right? And stuff like that. Like it's also gonna help with overthinking. I remember I used to overthink a lot. Now I don't really overthink, and I forget that other people don't like overthink. Like what was it called? I forget that like other people overthink a lot, and like I can tell in their body language that they're anxious, they're blushing, they're red, they're anything like that. If I can manifest any emotion out of that, you can tell if someone likes you or like you have influence over somebody just by telling or just looking at their body language. That's just some random ball knowledge right there that had nothing to do with the breath, but I guess it does at the same time do with the breath because if you're able to relax, you're not really having all these thoughts, you're not really in your head, you're able to see things how they really are, and then you're eventually gonna just be able to get really good at reading body language. And like that's the body language is like the subconscious. You're speaking directly to the subconscious, right? If someone is talking to me and they come up to me and they get like really anxious, really shy, or like blush or anything like that, that's the subconscious telling me that like I like you or like I have influence over them, right? I have some form of influence over them. Okay, that's very important. um, Another thing is if stretching and doing yoga is very important. I recommend just like I literally have a chair. Oh, sorry, I literally have a pillow right here so I can like sit down, lay down. I just moved my chair further and like I have all this space like on the floor to stretch and like stuff like that. The more I stretch, the better sleep I get. The better sleep I get, the more rational I'm gonna be the next day, and the more rational I'm gonna be the next day, the more like I'm not gonna eat that junk food, uh any of the bad stuff, right? Say like I'm about to do something bad like watch porn or anything like that. One of the best things you could probably do is to breathe as deeply as possible. What this is doing is putting you in rest and digest system, and you won't be as likely to go for it, if that makes sense. That's only if you're trying to stop doing that, but um you know I think it's not like you shouldn't overthink about it. Okay, if you are struggling with something like that, because like trust me, like I've been a teenager. I'm a guy, trust me, I've been there. Basically one of the best things you could probably do is just forget about it, and deep breathing and meditating is probably one of the best things you could probably do because you're bringing your focus all the way back to your breath, so it doesn't really give you time to think about anything else because we can only hold one thought in our head at a time. So one of the best things we could probably do is might as well like keep that thought about breathing. The more we can deep breathe, the more we can relax, the more rational we'll be, and also the less we're actually going to think in the first place. Okay, that is very crucial, and it's also going to get us to desire less. One of the best things you could probably do for yourself is to desire less. Okay, the only reason we feel all this pain, the only reason we feel this temptation, all we want to go give in to sugar and like stuff like that and like do these self-destructive acts is because first of all we don't feel good, we're in fight or flight, and we're not breathing properly. Okay, the version of you who is more rational and can actually think long term is actually going to resist the chocolate now for future you to like actually look better, feel better, and fuck better or something like that, right? Basically, you just need to get really good at breathing, okay? Master breathing in this lifetime, and trust me, you will see the benefits. You will get rich, you will get the 10 out of 10 girl, you will be making the better decisions, and it just comes naturally, right? You just gotta let go and like just let your body do what it wants to do. Like go, if your body says like I want to go talk to this girl, go talk to that girl. Don't overthink about every little thing, okay? Because you can't. Okay, I used to be there. Like I used to overthink about every little thing. Like everything used to be perfect. Okay, oh, like I need this perfect day so I can have this momentum or anything like that. I'll start Monday. I'll start this. I'll start that. Start today. Literally, just start today. There's no perfect day. There's no perfect day to start. There's no aligning. It's just a day. At the end of the day, it's just a day. It's gonna pass. Might as well make progress in something, you know. So never waste a day on doing anything like that. If you're ever let's say like I'm gonna give you an example on how you can say you get overstimulated in public and you have like a lot of social anxiety. Just focus on your breath. If you focus on your breath, like I said earlier, we can only focus on one thing at a time, right? If you can focus on one thing at a time, basically you don't have time to think about it, right? I remember like two, three, four. I'm pretty sure like maybe a month ago. I'm not entirely sure, but I went to Dolly World with my friend, and we're about to ride some roller coasters. At first, it was scary as fuck, but the anticipation is worse than the roller coaster itself. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, we were literally in the lines, and I remember I would see everyone else's faces get red, get like anxious about this ride and stuff like that. But then, like, I'm just over here trying to deep breathe and trying to relax as much as I can. Playing the game of relaxation or whatever. And I didn't basically give myself time to think about the roller coaster. And like when it came to actually getting on the roller coaster, it wasn't as bad. I was totally relaxed. I was totally chill. I was totally to be able to like actually enjoy the roller coaster and not have to like fucking tense up. I also challenged myself. Like you can also set yourself some challenges with it because you can you can get creative with your breath. It's crazy. Like there's so much. Like I could talk so long about the breath, but it's crazy how like people don't like put so much attention into it. But there's also a lot of people who do put a lot of attention to it. So it's like crucial, right? It's crucial as fuck because like we got all these monks, these meditators. I low key wish like this was like one thing. Like I read the Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. I think that's how you say it. The book is right there. I'm just reading it from there. Basically, it talks about how this oh, I think at the start of the book, this guy he didn't start off as a monk. He started later on in life as a monk, and I remember reading it. He said something about how you know this 6 year old. Okay, imagine a 6 year old trying to teach all these like 5 year olds, 4 year olds, like all these young kids, or like I'm pretty sure it was eight, 8 or 6, around there. Like he was very young, but he was teaching all these young kids how to breathe properly because they understood that anytime you get irrational, you get sad, you get angry, you get any type of emotion except like happiness or anything like that, your breath changes. Even if you're thinking of something that will make you angry, your breath changes. And that's why it's so important to bring your focus back to the breath, especially if you are angry or like about to do something very irrational. Okay. I'm telling you, instead of doing something destructive, if you have too much anger or like sadness or anything like that, too much emotions built up into you, and like you can't like deep breathe to relax yourself down, one of the best things you could probably do is just go out and go like just go work out. Especially if you're a guy out here, you probably need the extra energy to go maybe go for a run, go hit like a hard ass workout, take all that excess energy. That is just free energy right there. Don't waste that energy because like you genuinely need that stuff. Okay, basically what I'm getting at is like just don't yeah, just don't waste your time on trying to like deep breathe, especially if you have too much anger, right? I'm talking like this is like fucking beat the shit out of somebody anger, okay? Obviously don't do that. Like do not yell at anybody. Do not do this. Like, don't don't be anti-productive with it. Like don't do something destructive with it. Be productive with that anger and stuff like that. But one of the best ways to do it is to literally just deep breathe and relax as much as possible, okay? Another thing is if you're laying down or anything, like just put yourself in random positions and just start deep breathing as much as possible. Like literally just lay on your bed and breathe in as much as you can. I'm talking about like even if it hurts, just keep on breathing in like breathe in as much as you can and breathe out as much as you can. You should probably be moving your body. Also, let go of what is going on, right? If you are trying to deep breathe and relax as much as you can, let go and let your body stretch out naturally, right? We have a lot of tension in our body and it's just stored up trauma. Basically, I noticed when I first started out, I kind of what's it called? Yeah, I would just like let go and like let my body naturally do it. I would one of the best things you could probably do is put headphones in, lay on the floor, lay on your bed, lay anywhere, and just lay there and just deep breathe as much as you can. You're gonna feel all that tightness, all that tension in your body that you haven't really noticed before because like it's there. It's just like you don't put attention to it, and by doing so your body's naturally going to want to stretch out a little bit more. It might get like to a little uncomfortable spot, but eventually you'll hit flow state and you will start dissolving your body like instantly. Like I'm talking about is crazy. Okay, also breathe all the way out because like breathing out is as important as breathing in because breathing out is what creates the stretch in the first place. And when you breathe in, okay, I want you to imagine this. Okay, once you're breathing out is kind of like setting the bar, I guess. Um, I'm kind of going with the flow with this. I haven't made the analogy yet, or like made like a really good analogy that I can express confidently, but I will try and explain it as deep as best as I can. Okay, once you breathe all the way out of your body, okay, what is this doing? This is kind of like stretching out like everything else that like you're still holding on to, right? You're just breathing out, and we're holding on to a lot of tension. It might be from our jaw or anything like that, but once you're breathing out, you're gonna feel some tightness or like some tension or like some hurt, right? Try to breathe out as much as you can. Like I'm talking all the way out. And then you breathe in, okay? What this is doing is like once you're breathing out, it's stretching your body, stretching your body, stretching your body. And you're gonna feel like a lot of pain, okay? You're gonna feel a lot of pain. But if you just sit there and then like you keep on breathing out, breathe all the way out as much as you can, and then you breathe in all that stretching that happened, you just breathe all that new fresh air in. It just resets everything else. So all that strain you were feeling, it just relaxes it. Okay, so you can go a little bit deeper, and then it just keeps on going. It's like levels to this shit. Okay, you start off like really tight, then you relax, 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 relax. Ooh, it just keeps on going down. So breathe out as much as you can, and then breathe in. Okay, don't waste your time focusing all the way on breathing in as much as you can because I at first like it hurt too much to breathe out and it was crazy. So one of the things, if you are trying this, do not do it like standing up or anything like that. Do it while laying down or like sitting down or someplace that you're safe. Um Only because like I almost did pass out doing this before and like it kind of sucks. Okay, like I didn't pass out, but like I got to the point where like I would panic and stuff like that. Like it's scary. That's why I'm telling you. Like it's scary and it's gonna hurt, but future you is gonna be so grateful. And I'm telling you, the more you can do it, the more let's say like I like deep breathe, right? I'm breathing in deeply. Eventually at some point you relax so much to where when you deep breathe you don't feel what you felt before, if that makes sense, because you're relaxing, right? You're relaxing, you're making progress, you're not whatever. Also in public, if you are standing up, relax your arm, okay? If you're waiting on anybody, because like I'm like basically when I'm at work and stuff, I do like a window, and sometimes like I'm waiting on the customer to give me like their like I do payments and stuff, so it's either give me cash or their card. And sometimes like I just I back then I used to just hold my arm up and stuff like that. That is just like unneeded tension right there. So just let your arm drop, let it relax. Just like relax as much as possible, but also stretch as much as possible. And I think breathing all the way out is gonna help you with your stomach, and by doing that, is gonna help, right? It's gonna help with 20x more. And I think that's about it. That's all I really want to talk about right now. I ain't got nothing else. Um, Anyways, it's just gonna help you in all areas of life, so might as well try to master this shit in this lifetime. Make yourself feel better. You're gonna be feeling better. You're gonna have be attractive. You're not gonna be desiring stuff. And by being the person who doesn't desire much, you get a lot of stuff. I'm talking like I remember meditating in my freaking at work during the break room, and the break room, and there's lane one. After my break, I was at lane one, and after that, everybody was so nice. I forgot who I was. I got so relaxed. I let go of everything, and like I just had a fucking big ass smile on my face all day. So it was crazy. Anyways, I love y'all. Y'all have a great night, great day, evening, whatever. Y'all guys be safe. Later this week, I am going to release The Art of Seduction. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna teach you from all the way to the start, all the way to the end, and then some. So if you are interested in that, if y'all suck with girls, if y'all need help with influencing people, this could actually help you become like, an influencer over people, because like seduce a mass audience, or you can just go use it to get girls in the first place. Anyways, I love y'all. You have a great night.